I'm tired of it, Ian. I'm simply tired of it.
What are you tired of?
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of living in this digital bubble.
Ah,
I need escape from it. I want to go places, specifically, I want to go places where you can buy merch. I don't care about going to like Walmart or something like that. I want to go to a con and I want to buy some keychains.
Ooh, I could always go for some nice keychains.
I want to risk everyone's lives so I can get some keychains.
Give it a couple weeks and we probably already will be.
This is the protagonist seat. I'm Alex.
I'm Ian, and we do danger here.
We do danger.
100% danger.
We don't actually do danger. We just bitch about wanting to do danger.
Yeah.
We are
won't let us.
We are a anime video game podcast that talks about stuff, but you know, this is the worst year.
Yeah.
This is the worst year in 100 years.
Not all of it is about anime because there isn't. There just isn't.
I did want to talk about one of the few shows I'm keeping up with this season is My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Baccarina, yada yada. In the most recent episode, I actually saw something I liked that they don't really do often. You know how in Issei Kai series, once you're Issei Kai, the real world doesn't matter anymore?
Right.
They did an interesting thing in the most recent episode where they were like, hey, the character would always reference their best friend character whenever, because she's in an Otome game, so she's like, oh, so-and-so always had good advice for how to get through this character's route. And they always cut back to that friend. Then they open this week's episode with like, hey, that friend is really sad that her friend died. You know, because now she has, like, her friend's dead, and now she has to go through the rest of, like, her life in the regular world without her friend there.
Okay, that's like pretty genuinely interesting.
Yeah. I think they were doing a thing where that character, like, because one character wakes up having a dream almost as that character, and they have the same voice actors, so I don't know if it's like she also got reincarnated or something, but regardless, it was interesting seeing like, hey, my best friend died in a traffic accident. Now I have to like live on without her.
It's good to see someone actually doing something different, because just so much of Issei Kai is it's formulaic, and you know what? That's a shame because you can get some good stuff out of Issei Kai.
I will say that Baccarina is a pretty interesting show. If you haven't watched it yet, I'd say check it out just as far as Issei Kai goes, because the side characters are okay, but I genuinely enjoy the main character the most. Like, she's actually a fun main character. Because the whole thing is, like, she's the villainess in her original series. Like, she got reincarnated into that girl. And she's like, oh, this person is like a huge bitch who dies in every route because she tries to get in the way of the main heroine and all the dudes. How do I avoid the bad end? Maybe I just won't be a bitch. And turns out that works.
What genius level strats.
Yeah, she like almost over strategizes it. Like, one character, that's one of the romance options in the original game, is her brother is like the one of the romance options where she plays as the villain in that route because she tries to get between the brother and the girl, like the main heroine. But the brother doesn't like her because she's just apparently abusive to him all their entire childhood. And she's like, what if I'm not abusive towards my brother? Genius.
Holy shit.
Now he doesn't resent me, and it doesn't become like a angry playboy.
Holy shit. These are next level Issei strats.
And then a bunch of other ones she does on accident, like makes it work out. It's like, oh, like first, like there's one character where she never played his route, so she actually doesn't know how anything goes with him.
Cool.
And then there's the one character is like apparently like the sadistic prince, but instead like he's like, oh, he doesn't actually even like Katarina, so I got to worry about him. But of course, because she's a completely different like personality type instead of like bitchy rich girl, he actually does. And then it just becomes kind of regular harem hijinks where like everybody likes her, but she has no idea because she's oblivious to everything.
As is the standard.
Yeah, you can't mess with the feng shui too much.
That's cool though, because like you don't get a lot of shows where the other world matters in a way that's like pretty crucial to the plot.
Mm-hmm.
The only other one I can really think of was the kind of Issei Kai I watched, The Wise Man's Grandchild, which was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But basically how they explain the main character being so good at magic is because since he's from our world, we have the science that understands how the world works. So he can apply those theories and that knowledge to magic.
I wouldn't say that makes it like the real world matter, because that's like saying in Didn't I Say to Make My Abilities Average in My Next Life, mine knowing about like otaku stuff meaning anything.
Well, that doesn't make her physically stronger.
I know, but like she uses it to like make money and stuff, and so like it. I don't think it does. When I think of it mattering, I think of cutting back to it.
Actual plot stuff, which basically literally happens never, except for that one kind of funny bit in Reincarnated as a Slime.
Yeah, where it was just played as like a comedy thing. It's like, hey, I destroyed your computer just like you asked, senpai.
I kind of wanted to see what that dude was up to still.
Yeah, it's always like... Never learned. And then there's all the series where they're trying to like get back to their world. And it's like you'd think you'd show the real world if it was like, that important.
Nope.
It'd be cool, like an Issei Kai series where there's actually stuff going on in this world.
What if there was an Issei Kai series
where it's like almost you got like the hacker friend there, but instead it's just more like, we need to get you through that magical converter so you can get back to this world.
Exactly, where like what happens in one world directly impacts the other. That would be some interesting shit.
I gotta work on my drawing. We gotta make a manga, because we can make better Issei Kai, I think.
We could totally make a better Issei Kai. We could make a lot of things.
If only we were gifted with the right talents.
If only. We gotta find someone who could draw a manga for us.
I wish like black magic stuff was real, where it's like, bruh, I'll just trade my soul for this talent.
I'll just trade my soul to be better at drawing manga.
Because think about it, very easy trade. Easy trade.
I don't know. I feel like it's interest in the bank. You keep it in there because it's interest in the bank.
No, but think about that. You sell it, and then you make a lot of money after, and you just buy it back.
Do they give exchanges?
I don't know. Make sure that's in the clause when you sell it.
That's another thing about shit like that with ethereal contracts. No one ever seems to actually read it. Like, go with some good heavy-duty gloves and just sit down and just read it.
Get like a magnifying glass, read all the fine prints.
Exactly. Even the shit on the back. Because there's always shit on the back.
Like you're sitting down with like Beelzebub and you're just going through the entire thing like, so I have a question here about Article 5, Clause 6.
It says I can't own a dog? That has nothing to do with... It has nothing to do with my wish Or you, really, and I was just a little curious about that.
You know, I brought my lawyer to look it over. You can bring yours. We can have them hammer out the details.
Oh, that, you know what? That would be an interesting story. A lawyer who tries to sell his soul to a demon and just fucking litigates the hell out of him.
Better yet, a story about like, because you know they have so many like Harry Dresden-esque magical detective stories. Instead, magical
Magical
lawyer.
lawyers.
He
I love
basically
it.
goes and he mediates like, demonic contracts and like, fairy disputes and stuff.
I could have your talents be among the most legendary players. All you need is to sign here.
My client will not
Yes.
be signing that right now. My client is actually having a very serious issue with you look here in section 7. Clearly right here, this is not beneficial for both parties.
We're gonna have to take this back to my office.
We're gonna
Can I
write
call
you up
you in the morning?
we're gonna write you up a different we're gonna write you up an edit and you can take that you can take a look at that. You can have your lawyer take a look at that. Here's my card, here's my phone number. You know what? We'll do it by email.
Yeah, just get into contact with me. We'll draw up some more drafts and we'll get this hammered out. You know, best of both worlds, right?
Literally.
I love it. I
Both
love this
worlds.
idea.
Man, if only we could draw it. I wish I could sell my soul for that.
I know, right? If only I could sell my soul to be a soul lawyer to properly litigate a deal in which you could sell your soul and not get totally boned.
You know what? You know what's probably easier? Instead, like it's like I could learn how to do a specific talent, like how to write well or draw well or like any of that. But I'll go and become a lawyer so I can mitigate or litigate a deal with a demon in order to do that thing I could have learned instead of becoming a lawyer.
You turn it into a bit. I propose this. That's the warlock class.
No, but warlocks don't become lawyers. Warlocks just sign contracts and then go shit.
But what if one does, though? One could, I dare say.
I feel like actually that's most people's warlocks because no one ever has downsides to being a warlock, which I feel like there should be serious downsides.
That's because no one ever wants to play with downsides.
Yeah, and no one ever thinks super hard about their patron. They're just like, is a demon or something.
It's a demon. It's an old god.
Yeah, it's an old god. I don't know. It's not a fae. No one plays the archfey.
No one fucking plays the archfey. A lot of people play Hexblade. Hexblade is wicked popular.
Yeah, people like the whole magic sword thing.
It's like Eldritch Knight, but with a step down in the HP.
But more spells.
And the spells hit a lot fucking harder, dude. Warlock spells, let me tell you, you don't get many, but those that you do get, they pack a punch. So this has been our D&D podcast.
Yeah, our D&D podcast, big takeaway, warlocks need downsides.
Warlocks do need downsides.
Think
it can
about
make for interesting story moments.
You were too shitty to do anything, so you signed a contract with like some otherworldly being. Think about it. That's not a smart idea. There should be some repercussions.
They hold all of the cards.
Unless you want to do the lawyer thing that we came up with.
Which would also be pretty fun, I think.
Yeah.
Because you would have to...
But then you have to be your group's rules lawyer. You have to be the rules lawyer.
Of course. I would... If someone was I'm trying to think of a fun way to mix the words. A loylock, then I would, like, make them go... How about
just a law lock?
A law lock. I'm pact of the law. I am the law. But I would make them actually like litigate against their patron. Hey, roll charisma against your patron.
I feel that'd be like really weird with like an old god contract where it's just like that wasn't in my patron's contract with me. It's like your patron is like a swarming mass of eyes and tentacles that does not think in the same way as a human being. It does not follow your contract.
If you looked at your own patron, you would go insane. So
In fact, your contract is just a bunch of scribbles.
it's a bunch of scribbles that you wrote in your own blood that you don't remember writing.
Man,
Eldritch stuff is cool.
Eldritch stuff is metal.
It really is. People don't like to think about Eldritch stuff all that much, but you know what? I feel like it's underused horror.
That's because I feel like it's been replaced with like the whole Lovecraft light thing, where instead it's like, hey,
Yeah.
instead of these creatures, like we can fight back the dark, let's just shoot them all with a shotgun. It's like Cthulhu's not a pretty big deal when you just like torpedo his face.
I feel like part of that comes from the need to there's a need in horror movies nowadays where they need to show that people want them. I don't know if people even want them to, but directors feel the need to show the horror. Like, this is scary because it looks scary. Look at it. Aren't you scared? And I feel like that's really kind of an inferior way to approach horror. Because
I feel like because it's hard to market it if you don't show something.
yeah, and everyone's all about that fucking marketing stuff nowadays.
Although they had that movie like Bird Box where they didn't show anything, but I guess like Sandra Bullock running around with a blindfold was probably marketable enough where it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, and from what I remember of the ad campaign for that movie, it was very similar to The Happening, where like it shows people bashing their heads against windows or like crashing their cars and doing shit like that.
Which movie's The Happening again?
That's the shitty Mark Wahlberg one.
Oh,
that
the
was
M. Night Shyamalan film with like it was all plants.
It's the plants?
You're gonna murder me in my sleep, aren't you? What?
I'm not gonna murder
No.
you. No.
Yeah, what? No.
I want to watch that. I want to have a watch party for that movie so bad. Cause like, oh, that movie's terrible. It's so fun to just shit on. I miss. We'll bring it back to things we miss because of quarantine. I miss shitty movie watch parties. Just crack a brew with some buds, put on something.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
I mean, the Room's okay. I feel like there's better options I would pick than The Room these days.
Yeah, that's the one I feel like has the most like watch parties in the sense that it's shown the most.
It's the easiest example. Yeah, it is the meme movie. I would personally show something like Birdemic, Shock and Terror, or like Plan 9 from Outer Space.
What's a shitty anime you would have a watch party for?
King's Game.
King's Game, yeah. I was like thinking
GG easy.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
I actually did have a watch party for that at one point, which is why it immediately jumps to mind. Because we watched King's Game.
Exploding knees. That's what got me.
We screamed the intro. This is the end. This is the end.
You're not alone in this, my friend.
There's the... I don't even remember what the setup or what happens to the girl, but there's the girl and her dog, and everyone was like, oh...
And the girl that spontaneously combusts but is still typing away on her computer like it's fine.
Yes. And then there's that guy who's typing secrets on his computer and his fingers fly off.
And that girl that jumps out the window, and it's just like a mountain of like. For some reason, the blood's like a very brownish, like red, so it looks just like a mountain of chocolate, just like.
Willy Wonka was driving by in his freaking chocolate van, and she dove right into it.
That series is like a worse Another, because like Another, I actually think was pretty good. I think Another is essentially Final Destination, the anime.
I would be inclined to agree, because it definitely
I want to watch that
again.
You know, it was good.
We should have Another watch party, because Another is pretty good.
But we need people, and there's just not enough people. Guys, bring us people.
Bring us people, and we'll do. That would be a cool incentive for something. Watch parties and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we do sub goals? Even though we're not like on Twitch?
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, it'll be a sub goal. Get us to like 50 before October.
If y'all haven't figured out already, the rules with us are very fast and loose. So whatever, fuck it. If we get to 50 subs by October, we'll do a watch party.
Yeah, we'll do another watch party. It's another watch party.
Just set it up exactly like that. Hey, you guys want to come to another watch party? It's a watch party.
Oh, just another anime.
Oh. And the wordplay is so good. I love it. I love it.
That had the best, while it was airing, just the best memes came around that, because they came out with the pie meme where they just added pies into almost every single scene. Where it's like any death scene. Because there's one part where like the teacher like walks into class and like murders himself, like he stabs himself in the throat in front of everybody. But they had instead like the part where he's struggling with the knife, like no, but they had a pie flying around like he was trying to hit the pie. Or there's a part where like the nurse is in the elevator, and the elevator like drops into like free fall, and she like her face slams into the ground, but someone put a pie there, so it looks like she just slams her face into a pie.
Horror anime has some great memes, dude. You love to see it.
Another's the only one I can think of that I thought was genuinely good. Not scary, but like at least like fun enough to, and it never got to the point where it was like King's Game ridiculous.
Yeah,
although the teacher one was a little like
the teacher one is something else.
Yeah, but just like imagine watching your teacher just like no, like just fight himself with his own knife, and then just and it's just blood everywhere.
And up until he actually stabs himself, everyone is just kind of staring at him like, okay. But for the most part, it straddles that line very well. And
it's
the
only
plot
until the end where it just goes in full, like, just everybody starts dying mode.
Yeah. The fuck these kids mountain. Because it always ends on a mountain. Everything's hidden in the mountains. That's weird.
It's at that mountain resort.
Yep.
And then, everyone starts dying. And it's just great. It goes
Everything.
into full, like, everything goes wrong. Chandeliers start falling on people, pillars, fires.
The building's on
to the point
fire.
It's honestly hilarious.
People start like attacking each other too. It's like,
everyone goes because they're all like, because they all think it's the girl with the eye patch. They're like, we just gotta kill her and then we'll be free.
And well, I won't spoil that because this is actually like a cool series that I would recommend people watch.
Yeah, but it's old enough where we can kind of vaguely spoil it.
Yeah.
Because this is from like 2011, I think.
Yeah, it's old as fuck. But
it's Final Destination, but like it has I'd say it has a better climax than any Final Destination movie.
Oh, definitely. People only watch the Final Destination movies to see people get like impaled with rebar or like crushed by falling tires.
I think one of the ones that stuck with me most was like in the second movie, where it's like that giant
Is it the log?
the glass pane that just falls and just lands on that kid and just smushes them. Just
Oh yeah.
I got that movie ruined for me because Drew was the one that showed it to me, but Drew had a shitty like censored copy where it like doesn't really give you what it like censors the deaths, and I'm like, why would
That's
this?
lame as fuck.
And I was like sitting there going like, this is a DVD fucking copy. I can understand if that aired on TV, but like, someone paid for this. You paid for Final Destination 2. You knew what you were gonna get.
For an inferior version of Final Destination 2.
Why would you sell that to people? It's like, hey, can you sell me Final Destination 2? But I don't want this really see the deaths. Even though I'm just in it for the plot.
Hey, can you sell me Final Destination 2, but make it notably worse? Guys, that actually kind of reminds me of there's this TV show I used to watch called Dead Like Me, and it was basically about people who go around acting as Grim Reapers. And the main character is a woman who was killed by a falling toilet seat because it fell out of the International Space Station and like it cratered. And that always struck me as being pretty funny.
That would have burnt up in the atmosphere.
It would have, but actually I think they BS'd it with like. Actually, I don't think they ever really explained it. I think it was just kind of like, yeah, toilet seat.
I don't think you need to explain that. I feel like any attempt to explain that would have just been
just
stupid.
Ruins it.
Like, they wanted someone to get killed by a flying toilet seat. That's it. That's the explanation. You don't need any more than that.
Yep. And then she dies and she becomes a Reaper and then she helps other people die.
Oh, fuck. I was just realizing with another. That whole thing where everyone dies at the, like, or a bunch of people start dying, that happened before in the past because they mentioned that it did happen before. And I'm just thinking about that. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you, like, not cancel school?
That's a good point.
It's like, hey, this curse has popped up again and everyone's dying and this has happened before, but yeah, you kids are good. Just keep going to school.
Yeah, just retrace your steps 100%. Just do it, whatever.
And then even then, it just doesn't work. The dude that gets run over by the boat.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think the boat kills him. He just has a random heart attack, and then the boat runs him over. So it's like, definitely no saving him.
Yeah, I remember that because they were like, holy shit, the boat killed him. And then they like got the autopsy report and the doctor was like, actually, he had a heart attack. No, he had an aneurysm. I remember.
Oh,
because he rushes out of his house that morning to get it to the car, and he like falls down the stairs and bumps his head, but he's like, nah, I'm fine. So he like goes into the cold water and dies of an aneurysm and then gets hit by a boat. It's
I think one of the most like gruesome ones is the umbrella.
Yes.
The girl that like falls, like that's the one that's like.
I feel like that's the one people probably remember as like, holy shit, that's the early kill.
Yeah, that's like it's like how with Danganronpa, the first guy they ever execute is like has it really bad, and then everyone else has just stupid cartoony ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever played Danganronpa.
I haven't, but it's been a while since I've looked up the death compilation because I remember being curious at one point.
The first guy, it doesn't matter because it's the first fucking one in an old series. He's a baseball player, and his punishment is he gets like he's tied to a pole, and then like the batting cage things that shoot out the baseballs.
Yeah.
A bunch of those shoot at him at like high speeds, just baseballs, until he's dead. Like, just imagine machine gunning baseballs at you.
That is pretty gruesome.
And then the next one, the guy becomes butter. because he spins around really fast, and then they just get stupid and cartoony. And then another girl, the next one, the girl gets like hit with a fire truck.
Oh,
They're dumb. The rest of them are dumb. Nothing. That one was the peak. It peaked at 1.
that's kind of bad.
Yeah, the rest of them are goofy and cartoony.
That's a little disappointing.
Because the first one I was like, yikes, that would be miserable. Because like, just imagine being stoned to death, but like a bunch of like, but like all the stones are essentially in like an automated like shooter.
And it's harder than any person could throw.
Yeah. Just like at your face, just bop, 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 bop.
Ugh. Ugh.
You'd just be mush after that. Like you'd still be intact, but you'd just be like,
Yeah, that would reduce you to just a bag of broken glass.
this is a gory episode.
That's what this episode's theme is. Gore.
The Gore episode.
What else is gory?
What else is gory? Higurashi's getting a remake. Excited about that, but actually not excited because I feel like the original was fine. Even though it was Studio Dean, it was fine. When do you ever
need to
go,
watch that?
the remake was the better one?
Never. Never ever. For never ever. I don't think I've ever watched a remake and had it go, yeah, that's better than the original.
You really should watch Higurashi, though.
I own it. I bought it because I was like, if I buy it, I'll have more of a reason to watch it.
Shit, do you have like the $80 like Blu-ray one?
Yeah, the one that they were selling for like $20 when they had that crazy Black Friday sale.
Yeah. All right, so you did buy it, and that's the complete
did.
one. Yeah, that has both the question arcs and the answer arcs.
I definitely wanted to make sure I had the whole kit and caboodle.
James still makes me mad to this day where he watched the question arcs and he was like, I didn't understand what was going on, so I stopped watching. I'm like, yeah, because you watch the question arcs. Then you watch the answer arcs to get the answers. You fucking idiot.
Disappointed.
How do you fuck up Higurashi?
I think he's shown exactly how you fuck up Higurashi. You watch half of it.
Yeah.
That doesn't, it disappoints me, but it doesn't surprise me.
But yeah, I totally recommend watching it. It's really good, and there's a bunch of spin-offs and stuff. You can probably skip them. I've watched a few of them. They're okay.
Cool.
There's one spin-off I watched where they were like, what if we just change what the mystery was all about?
That seems a little strange.
And it was. And I was like, huh? Okay. Neat. I need to check out the new When They Cry series. Because Higurashi and Umineko are both like... They're both made by 07th expansion. I think it's just like one guy. But
okay.
He's his own visual novel studio, essentially. But he has made Higurashi, like when the... which its English title is like When the Cicadas Cry. And Umineko is like When the Seagulls Cry.
When the blood comes home.
And then he has a new one out. But it's only released the first half. Or like the first part of it. So that's why I was kind of waiting, because the other ones have come out. But it didn't... I think it released worldwide the same day. It wasn't like, oh, now we need to wait for the English translation of it.
That is A+ tier right there.
I think it's because his other works are like some of the most popular visual novels over here. Like Higurashi is Higurashi. I think Higurashi is like every version of it, every spin-off of it has been released on Steam. Even before it was ever released officially. I think people like fan translated it back in like, I don't know, at least like 15 years ago.
And you can tell that Higurashi is very popular over here because even I've heard of it.
Exactly.
Even me.
And Umineko is slightly less popular because its anime wasn't very good, and then the visual novel is like a really like the second half. You don't really walk away satisfied.
That's no bueno, hombre.
But he's got a new one out, and it looks interesting. I have to look up the name of it. I forget, but I'm gonna Google that real quick and try to just like go da ba da ba da ba da, filling air time while I'm
I
Googling
will
it.
vamp a little bit. Also, this is me talking, sitting at my desk, staring at my screen, without my fancy blue light blocking glasses on. I didn't put those on. That's how you know we like to live dangerously. If I can not put on my own PPE while using my computer, you know it's time to get dangerous. Let's get risky. Let's dance
Okay,
with
so
danger.
it's Siconia. It looks like it's pronounced Siconia when they cry.
Cool. I was running out of things to talk about. I don't know if you could tell through
You know what?
my extremely professional exterior.
The man's art style has improved. I think he's still the one doing the art, but yeah, his art style has improved because if you look up like Higurashi and stuff on Steam, I think you'll see like the PlayStation 2 sprites when they like ported it to the PlayStation 2. But his original art, holy shit, it looks, people used to call them like SpongeBob like characters.
Oh, that's not good. That's not a ringing endorsement right there.
Yeah, this was a horror. Just Google real quick right now, Higurashi original art.
Let's
Because
break out the mechanical keyboard.
There's a clear distinction between the PlayStation 2 sprites and the original PC sprites. Because, yeah. Just, yeah. I haven't really played Higurashi. Like, I installed it because I watched the anime, so it was kind of like I already know what happens. I'm less inclined to, like, play through this, so I, like, only, like, dicked around with it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you see?
That's not good.
What year did Higurashi come out? Higurashi. Googling. 2002.
I see like an art comparison over the Higurashi lifetime, and it is noticeably different. Holy shit.
Google his latest one just to see, because I think he is the one still doing the art for that one. It is Siconia when they cry. With a C, so Cicoina. Yes. It's an improvement. He's gotten better.
Oh, definitely.
Because I guess, if you've been drawing since 2002 and it is 2020, yeah, you probably improve. And he still keeps his kind of his art style. You can still tell it's the same guy.
Yeah. There's still something kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like,
I feel
part
like
of me wants to say friendly, but there's definitely something still similar.
Yeah, you can tell it's him. But yeah, good on you. Good on you, 07th expansion.
Good on you, dude.
Looking forward to reading your thing when you complete the whole thing, because I don't want to like get left on a cliffhanger and have to wait like 3 years.
Yeah, that's, you know what? That's not very fun.
I guess if you want to join in like community speculation and stuff, but there's only so much of that you can take.
And if something's gonna take like a couple of years, then yeah.
I'll join in for like the last like month before release. I think Manga Gamer is the one that's doing the localization for it.
From what I've heard, they do a pretty decent job.
Yeah, got to hit them up for the Ian Plays Eroge stuff. Got to hit up their booth.
Yeah. Gotta hit them up for that. Looking forward to that conversation.
We're gonna do a Let's Play series of me making Ian play different like Eroge games.
It's gonna be pretty lit.
It's gonna be lit.
And by lit, it's probably gonna be terrible.
It is gonna be terrible. Everything we do here is terrible.
That's what people expect to see. That's what the people want.
I already know what I'm doing first. We're gonna ease into it. We're not gonna pull out the crazy shit, like the shock and awe, until like a little bit down the line.
Because we can't open with 10. Like we gotta open at
start around like a 5.
Yeah. And then we ramp up. We escalate.
Yeah, then
That's
we make them play Euphoria and Maggot Baits.
Yeah. We're gonna have to heavily edit these.
Yeah, they're not gonna be like streamed.
No, oh fuck no, dude.
There's gonna be add a blur filter to the screen.
Just 100% screen blur filter. Just no one sees anything, and that way I don't get freaking IP banned by Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it'll be good. Anyway, yeah. I feel like we're transitioning towards the end.
Exactly. Let's do our dumpster keeping. We'll clean up our desk. We'll clean up our dumpster. And we'll let you guys know what's up.
I'm going to make the thumbnail for this week one of the pie memes.
Do it. That would be so good.
Bring those back. Nice throwback from 2011, 2012.
What if we did it? What if we revived the pie memes? Just with this random episode in 2020, the year of our Lord.
I feel like people can use some pie in 2020.
Yeah, they could. And
if you want to follow us for pie memes, check out our Twitter and Facebook at Protagonist Seat.
That's where we post all of our updates. And if you want to,
you know what? I'll revive some old pie memes on Twitter this week.
Yeah, do it. I'll steal them for the Facebook page.
Yeah. We're on YouTube, of course.
Yep, that's where we post our every episode, as well as every episode we've done in the past, and as well as every episode we'll do in the future, including me playing Eroge.
Yep, so subscribe if you want us to meet that sub goal so we can do another watch party.
Yup. And if you're listening on other sources of media, i.e. wherever podcasts are sold, found, distributed, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Deezer.
Yeah, you can find us on there, but also subscribe on the YouTube so we know.
Yeah. And, give us ratings and reviews. And really, if you enjoyed yourself, spread us around. Spread us with some word of mouth.
Spread the good word.
Tell your friends who are trapped inside with going stir crazy with nothing to do.
Tell your friends hey, I listened to these two dudes talk about anime gore for 40 minutes.
And
you want to check them out?
They're talking about playing some Eroge, and if they get to 50 subs, we'll join a watch party and another watch party.
It's just watch party. It's just another watch party.
Yeah. Everyone will join another watch party.
It's another one.
Another
one.
And another one.
Yeah, we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.